What's up, everybody? I am so sorry that it took me forever to get on. Y'all, my computer decided that it was going to start acting up, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy to me. I spent like 37 minutes trying to get my whole situation together. So I apologize for that. I'm sorry. I really don't even know what happened. It's like the computer like stopped, like it just shut down, then it turned back on, then it turned off again. So guys, I'm sorry. Like honestly, super sorry that this is the situation. However, I'm back on. So my computer has been giving me issues. So I want to apologize. I thank everybody for coming on. That was incredibly frustrating. Pam was just on the phone with me. I was literally I didn't know what to do. I'm probably gonna have to get a new computer at some point. I just don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, guys, let me put down the camera. So what's up, everyone? What's going on? It's your girl Samantha Lee, y'all. And we have a whole situation. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to upgrade soon. I hope you guys are doing well. It's great to see everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. That was crazy, man. It made me so mad. Oh, that made me so mad. It really did. It frustrated this. It's frustrated me. Really frustrated me. Really, really, really. What's that term? It really geared me up. I don't know what to say. Anyway, what's up, Jason? What's going on? I see. Listen, I'm Monte Carlo. That's what I can say. I can say your name, Claudius Banks. Great to see you. God bless you. After seeing this video, all I can say is hand over face. I got to hear your breakdown, the discuss of this video. I'm definitely going to be breaking down this video. You guys already know what time it is with your girl. What's up, Vaughn? What's up, Mark? Just technical difficulties, y'all. My computer literally shut down. A blue screen came up, which I haven't seen before, that said, do you want to troubleshoot the computer? And I didn't want to troubleshoot the computer. So then I was like, okay, this is crazy. This is a lot. I'm stressed out. Like, I'm mad. So I'm trying my best, but it is what it is, you guys. So I'm on the U of Tube. I also have Simul streamed. I'm probably going to sit on it. Unfortunately, y'all, I moved my situation. Normally I sit in my little comfy couch, get my thoughts. I reach on my comfy couch, but I'm going to sit on a pillow so you guys can see me a little bit better. Oh, y'all, I'm getting older, y'all, because my hip, my whole, I think I did something to my, that's what I get, the short people problems. Okay, hold on. There you go. You can see your girl now. I don't have to pull up. There you go. There we go. Look how much better that is. I always, for those who do this, you always want some space between you and the top of the screen. That's what they say anyway in these programs here. But anyway, guys. So besides the point. John says it seems like some of her best lives come after computer problems. It's because I pray. And I think that's when God is like, he shows up and he shows out, y'all. That's what happens. God shows up and he shows out. It was grinding my gears. Yes, it was grinding my gears, John. It was grinding my gears. How does frustration somehow make me cuter? I don't know. I don't think I'm cute when I'm frustrated. What is that? It's like a piece of hair. I don't know. Anyway, I hope he's doing all right because the video was crazy. Yeah, I could tell you. What's up, Sam? Much better. Okay, guys. So what's up, everybody? As promised, we don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm not going to get into it. I just want to say thank you to those who have decided to give. It means a lot to me. Even after the lives, I get, contributions. Going on live, doing these things is not easy support, but I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. I love y'all. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. That's why I am fighting to get on to you. Okay. That's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. So thank you. That's true. Ladies are so much prettier when they're angry. I don't think I'm cuter when I'm angry. I think I'm prettier when I'm happy. You know what I should have done, y'all? I got this thing called a hat B. Somebody sent me a hat B. It's HAPBEE. I should have put my hat B on, y'all. I should have put the hat B. Change my whole energy so I could be a pleasant human being. All right. So guys, I've also added this stream to Instagram. Okay, so I have Facebook, I have Instagram as well going, because people on Facebook or YouTube, whatever, Instagram, like, oh, we don't ever get to see you. You're always on here doing this and a third, and we don't get to see your real face and stuff like that. Here I am, family. What's up? But I got on. You're right. I know, that's all that matters. Okay, guys. So today, I'm not going to play the video that I'm going to. Bernard, thank you, Bernard. Ah, so sweet. Thank you, Bernard, for starting off the giving. We appreciate the giving. Sam is going to, I need to get one of them little things that say, have a clap on it. But thank you guys for just sticking with me and being patient with me. This was not because I didn't want to be here with you guys. I think the enemy didn't want me to come on here. And I don't really know why, because this particular topic, I wasn't coming on here to preach, but maybe he knows that there's a sermon that's coming from this. I don't know. So it is what it is. But yeah. So thank you, Bernard, for the super sticker. And I want to give you a clap. Thank you. Okay. So, all right. This is what I came on here to talk about. Earlier this week, you guys, I take time off from being on the social media streets on Sundays. That's my normal day. I take that day off. And so I got off. And what happened was on Monday, when I did return back to the social media streets, I saw a video that was sent to me by Pam. Thank you, ma'am. Y'all be good to Pam. Thank you, ma'am. She my ride or die in this thing now. Okay. So Pam, thank you, ma'am, decided to send me a video. And I saw this young man. I don't know him personally, so this is not because I have a dog in the fight in any way, shape, or form. But I saw this young man standing on. I'm not playing the video again because we'll get to that later. But I don't want to play the video again. Don't want to give it any more airtime. But I saw this video of this young man who basically he's standing on this stream. It looks like he's in a room. Essentially, there's kids in the room. The streamer is talking to the kids, and the actor, Michael, is behind the kids. And so what happens is the sister comes from the side, like you don't even see her at first, but she comes in from the side, and you can see her hand moving somewhere south. Okay, she's moving somewhere south. But he over here in the camera, he sees her, and then he obviously understands that somebody's got their hand where they don't belong. And you can tell he's like looking like that. He's looking like complete shock. Like, I cannot believe this just happened to me, right? And she is kind of like smiling-ish. I don't really know what you call that, but that's what she was doing. She was like smiling. Mm-hmm. And so then he looks clearly uncomfortable. So I don't think the streamer at the time has any idea of what's going on here. None. I don't think that he has any idea of what's actually occurring. Because he keeps talking to the kids. Because there are literally, this actor and this young lady are right behind the kids. So for me, seeing that video, and then I don't remember if she walks away, if she kind of like disengages at some point, but then I see the follow-up content where the guy is like, I'm sorry, my sister, I'm not going to speak bad on her, but she conducted herself in a way that I don't agree with, and I think it's because of X, Y. He just said whatever he needed to say. And he's not responsible for his sister. His sister looked grown. Obviously, she grown enough that she that's not necessarily true. Don't know how grown this young lady is. However, she thinks she grown enough to walk up on some man and grab his cojones and think it's no problem. Here's my issue, family. If the situation was flipped, walk with me for a second. If the situation was flipped and that young man walked up in that room and grabbed his sister, grabbed her breast, grabbed her situation, we would be having a whole different conversation. People will be trying to cancel that young man because of what he did. The issue that I have is the double standards for me. That was wrong. You don't walk up on nobody. I don't agree when a man does it to a woman, and I don't agree when a woman does it to a man. I saw comments that like, well, now y'all know how we feel. It was wrong when he did it. It was wrong when it was done to you. That doesn't mean an innocent man deserves to get touched inappropriately by some young woman he don't even know. That's disgusting, family. It's disgusting. And some people were like, "Oh, it's just an whatever. What they say? An aggressive forward or something like that, or some sort of aggressive advance. An aggressive advance. That's what they said. An aggressive advance. That's not an aggressive advance. Okay, because I'm going to define assault for you real quick. We're going to define it. And I'm not saying she necessarily, let me see. Ooh, y'all, I'm telling you, I need to do something about the side of my, I don't know what I worked out on the side. Y'all tell me what that is. I don't know what that side of your leg is. I don't know what that thing is, but that thing hurt. It hurts me. Okay, U.S. law. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see what is considered. So the term sexual assault in the U.S. is any non-consensual sexual act prescribed by federal, tribal, or state law, including when the victim lacks the capacity to consent. Any non-consensual sexual act prescribed by federal, tribal, or state law, including when the victim lacks the capacity to consent. Was the statutory. There's a lot of different offenses. I'm not going to go through all of the offenses because, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's a little bit triggering for me. But the term sexual assault refers to the sexual contact or behavior that occurs without explicit consent of the victim. That's what it is. Okay. And so I think that I have marched for women. I've told you guys before, I'm a social worker by trade. That's where I started. And when I started this thing, I worked in domestic violence clinics and I did sexual assault and worked in sexual assault clinics. I've experienced, helping people in sex trafficking. I end up working and marching for safe harbor laws here in Atlanta. I have, done a lot of work in order to advocate for victims. That's part of like where I started. Ground level, 18-year-old Sam was doing this. So when I come on here and people are like, oh, this is whatever. No. This is a passion. This is a passion for me. This is a unique agitation for me because I don't want it to be passed over. I don't want it to be like, oh, well, she this or she that. I don't want it to look any less than what it is. And yes, there might be some men that are okay with it, but guess what? That would mean it's consensual. That would mean it's consensual. The fact of the matter is you could tell on that daggone camera that was not consensual. She walked up in a room. She didn't know this man had touched him. And we could talk about a lot of different things. If it was a different, people say, oh, she's a different looking woman or this, that would mean it was consensual. If he was okay with it, it makes it consensual. The fact that it was not okay or he did not say it was okay makes it non-consensual. No one should be touching anyone that way without consent. I remember when I was in high school and in middle school and people would come up, and we were not wise. Okay. We were not mature people, but people would, you'd be in gym class, guys would grab your butt or whatever. And we thought it was like, oh, the guy likes us. And we thought it was cute. It's not cute, baby. It's not cute. As an adult, I'm saying now that when I was, 13 or 12, or when our hormones start really kicking in, that might have been cute because we didn't know any better. But the fact of the matter is, right now, today, in today's society, no one has the right to walk up on any grown man and touch them in an area that you shouldn't be touching it unless you consent. You get consent. But a lot of these young women are I don't know if they're getting messages from the media. I don't know if it's like this because we are hypersexualized in the media with our representation. I don't know what that exactly is, but what I'm seeing is like this aggressive energy, like almost like I'm taking power, I'm in control. Okay, like I don't know any other way to say it, but it's like you're disempowering another human being by touching them without their consent. And I don't know where in the world, I mean, again, there may be men that are okay with women grabbing them in that area. That's not me saying that that's not true. Right? But I don't think, just like the reverse is true, there might be women that are okay with men touching them in certain ways. That's true. But you don't know that off rip. You don't know that. And I don't know. I feel very sensitive about it because obviously I'm a victim of sexual assault. I've shared that before. And of course it was not quite the same situation. It was a little bit worse, or a lot worse. However, I feel very passionate about all victims. It's not one is this and one is that. It doesn't matter how little or how big we from our perception look at it. But I've met men that have been assaulted, and they carry that. They carry that. They've been violated. Those men carry that. That's not little. I've met men that have carried assaults from childhood, have been violated in ways they try to forget in adulthood. And therefore it impacts their ability to connect with women or men or whatever their interest is because of that, what was done to them. I've heard it. And I'm not going to let anybody lessen the violation that young man felt. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. Not on my platform. That was wrong. That was absolutely wrong. I don't care. That was wrong. That was wrong. And she could be charged with something. I don't care what, it's an aggressive advance. No, that's a sexual assault. That's non-consensual sexual act is sexual assault. Let's be very clear. He did not consent. We saw it on camera. So he might pass it over. He might not press charges, and that's fine. He don't have to. But I think moving forward, anybody that's watching this, whether you're male or female, needs to understand the seriousness of this. Ladies, that ain't cute behavior. That ain't cute. I don't even care. I don't care if the guy is attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go up and grab no man like that. It's just not going, I'm not going to do that. Especially no man I don't know. If it's a man that I'm in relationship with, and we done developed a certain type of rapport, and this is what we got going on. Okay. That means if he touches me or I touch him, we have already understood that that's okay. We've covered that. But walking up to a man, or a man walking up to a woman and touching them inappropriately without their consent is wrong, family, period. I'm not going to let it just be swept under the rug. And any man that has experienced this, any man, you have the right to feel violated. You have the right to process. Oh, get over it. It's just a woman touching. That's why he was violated. Don't sweep it under the rug because it's a female with a man and we have all these preconceived notions about what that's supposed to look like. No, that's wrong. I wouldn't want that to be done to me, so I don't want that to be done to him. Stephen, you are speaking facts right here, and I'm going to read that. It says our world is completely desensitized by overtly sexual behavior. The male population isn't a monolith. Some of us, most of us aren't okay with being violated. No one's okay with being violated. Stephen, no one. I remember y'all being in a situation where, you know, I spoke to someone who had experienced that, where a male had been violated. Y'all, he's never the same. And his situation was, you know, a little bit more severe. And I'm sure that this is a lot more, it might be something that he can get over quickly. You know, it might not be something that's hard for him to conceptualize, but it's up to him. He's deserving to have his process, right? We're not going to, whether he needs time or doesn't need time, that's on him. I'm saying I did this live because I want to make sure that people understand, male, female, everyone, whoever. That is not cute. That is not cute. That's not how you get a man. Let me roll it back. Let me roll it right back. Ladies, leading with sexuality is, do not be surprised then what you lead with, you get used for. I say this to men, don't lead with money. Why? Because you can potentially be used for money. Right? If I go into a situation, I'm like, I'm gonna pay for all this, I'm gonna do all that. Okay, this is an area where you could be used for. So don't lead with that, because you are opening yourself up to be used for that very thing. Ladies, when you lead with your sexuality, you have to understand that you have opened the door to be used for that. And again, people be like, well, you know, you can be used for that even without it. But even more so, if you're walking in and you're acting like that guy's like, oh, she down for the get down. He ain't thinking about, he don't even know you. That is not, I don't care what you do in that bedroom. I'm saying this with all due respect. If you walk up to some man that you do not know and you grab his cojones and he's consenting to that, and then you decide you're going to take him somewhere, whether you in a club, a bathroom, whatever, I'm keeping it real with y'all. I am keeping it real tonight. We are not holding back. We are not holding back. I'm not going to let the enemy, you know, decide he was going to hold me back, but that's fine. Your girl came on. If you decide to meet a man, you meet him at the club for the first time. You've never seen this man before, but he fine to you. Or he's somebody that you feel like is a man of status, or you feel like you never going to see him, whatever that may be. And you decide you're going to walk up to him and you're going to grab him in a certain area. You're going to whisper in his ear. You're going to say some sexual sweet nothings to him and ask him to take you to the bathroom or to a car or something at that particular place. Do you think that he's saying to himself, oh, she's a wife? Guys in the chat, you tell me, when some woman was to do that to you, do you look at that like, oh, that's a woman that I'm going to take on a date and cherish? Or that's going to be a woman that I'm going to be in a relationship with for the rest of my life? No. Well, okay, I won't answer. Men in the chat, you answer for me. Is that somebody that you are going to take seriously? Negative. No. So nope, definitely not wifey at all. No, definitely not. Nope. Nah. No. No. Nah. Most Americans do that, but not me. Okay. All right. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. Somebody said, well, all right, whatever. Gross. Okay, so that's my point. That's my point. This is not an effective strategy to getting the man that you want to see you in a way that he values you. I don't know. I'm sorry, sir. You said Sizzler. It hold up. Because I read this. Somebody said this to me, and I don't like it. Because if it was Samantha, you definitely gonna keep trying to wife her. That's not necessarily true, Sizzler. I would hope that if I walked up to somebody and I decided I was gonna grab them in that area and I had said whatever, I would hope that nothing that I've ever represented on the internet, everything, I would hope that goes all out the window. Why? Because that's disrespectful behavior. I am not honoring you. I'm not living my raps. If I decide that I'm going to do that to anybody. Now, if you decide that you're going to do it anyway, because whatever, maybe, oh, well, she, you know what, let me say she might be intoxicated. So she probably doing X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. That's still not a reason on any level to touch anybody inappropriately. I'm not saying you literally, I'm saying if it's a certain type of woman. What's the certain type of woman you talking about, Sizzler? Let's be clear. Let's define it. We gonna talk about it today. What define it? Not me. What type of woman you saying? Angelic, I appreciate this response because this is real. It says very few, if any, will marry somebody who leads like that. I appreciate that. Very few, if any. I like that response. It's good. I can handle. I can rock with that. She a harlot and she never meet my mom. All right, y'all. So Sizzler said, let's read Sizzler comment. Sizzler. Men, I'm not even gonna say this comment because I'm gonna just let it rock. Anybody in the chat agree with what he's saying? Anybody in the chat, do you agree with Sizzler's point here? I don't know, Sizzler, but I'm gonna bring it to the people. You saying something? I'm just gonna see if this is real. Because I actually have I have something to combat what you're saying. Thank you, Darren. Thank you guys. I thank you guys so much. Thank you. I saw Darren. I apologize. I didn't see that the Cash App. Thank you, Rock, so much. Thank you guys again for your love and your support. Thank you for rocking with me. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Just Ryan says he dismisses pretty women. I see a few males agree. Yeah, no. I think. Oh, okay. I think for me, you guys, I think that the reality of what I'm trying to say here is that regardless of what the woman looks like, regardless of what the man looks like, I think if a woman comes up to you and she grabs you and you're not offended by that, and that's something that does something for you, then that I would believe is a consensual act. Because right now we're seeing that was not consensual. If he looks at her and it's a different situation, he doesn't look as shocked, or he looking like, oh, okay, I like that. That's a different situation, right? We're now talking about a consensual act. But what we saw was a non-consensual act. So if you're saying that depending on what the woman looked like would determine whether it's consensual or non-consensual, I got you. That's fair. But again, we'd be talking about a whole different situation. What I'm talking about here is a non-consensual situation that we saw. Yes, grabs that, Robert. Yes, that's what we're talking about tonight. Thank you, Right, for talking right with Ty. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that's my point, you guys. If a man, and this is just me, I'm just going to be very honest with you guys. If a man that I'm attracted to decides to grab me by my area the first time I meet him, and I thought he was cute or attractive or any of these things, and he grabs me that way, I'm not attracted to him anymore. That would feel like a violation to me. That's just me. Now, I'm not a man, so I can't, that's not, obviously we are wired differently and how we process what comes at us. But for me, if that was a situation and I was somebody I just met and they touched me inappropriately off rip, I'm not going for that. I'm not. Now, there may be some women that do because it's the right guy. It ain't Sam. Sam is not. So I can rock with what some of the guys are saying here. That, some are saying, yeah, right. If it's the right situation, I'm consenting. But there's men that are saying here as well, like, I don't care what the girl looks like. I'm not down ever for someone violating me. Okay. So I think that, of course, we have different compasses. We go by different things. My whole big thing here was, number one, to emphasize and overemphasize that this was wrong. And that, men, you should not feel like you've got to rush through any type of process because you're a man. You should not, you do not have to lessen what you've experienced or how you feel about it because you were violated. It's true. And that, I'm not just speaking about what we saw in that video. I'm speaking to any man that's experienced a violation. You have the right to feel how you feel. You have the right to process it accordingly. That was completely out of order. That was wrong. And I'm hoping that with this live, that regardless of whether the person that was, that we're talking about tonight, whether he sees it or doesn't, or it's not even about that. It's about the people that there's so many men that have. There's so many men that have experienced an assault on them in their life that they don't speak about. They don't feel the freedom to speak about it because it's like, oh, well, you a man, get over it. That's the mentality that I saw that I needed to come on here and vehemently go against, because it inhibits a man from being able to really go through his process the way he needs to, because he experienced a trauma. He experienced a violation that is real to him. That is real. He deserves the opportunity to process through that. Oh, what you so mad about? You a guy? She just said she. No, I don't want to hear none of that. It was an act that he did not ask for, and it happened. He has the right to feel however he feels and process it accordingly. I don't want to hear anything else about that. He is not any less of a man because he feels violated. He is not any less of a man that he needs to process his emotions. That is normal. And we need to stop doing that to men and making them feel like they're less human because they're a man. No, they're human. That was wrong. That was inappropriate. I'm tired of us making it less than because, oh, he a man and he should be okay. No, if that was to happen to my brother, what? Whew. That's out of order. And I do believe, getting into the second part of this conversation, that a lot of how women are conducting themselves today it's out of order. And I'm not saying that the chicken and the egg, that because this situation, this is a choice she made. But I do think that because we are in a generation that over sexualizes ourselves. Period. And we feel like that's the attractive thing. That's what's going to get the guy. We lead with that because that's what we see. That's what we see. I've heard women say a lot like, oh, you know, and I'm not even saying this. I'm not saying this to a specific person or anything. Like, this is just what I've heard women saying, that HOEs are winning. So I either need to figure out how to become that and do what they do to get what they get. Taking the feelings and the lovey-dovey nature out of a connection is how we win. What do we win? A bill paid? That's the win? A trip? That's the win? What's the win? What are we winning? That's my problem. Is that we are not. There are women that their profession allows for them to get compensation for sexual acts. There is a realm where women can do that and make good money from it, right? And now we're making this transactional view the preferred method of dating. That's problematic for me. I never looked at that as winning. I looked at it as surviving. I looked at it as possibly somebody needing to do whatever they can do to make ends meet. I did not look at that as winning. That they were getting transaction for their transaction. I didn't look at that as winning. And so that's where I'm at with the situation. I'm not saying that young lady's wrong. But what I am saying is that we are raising a generation of women that feels that if we lead with certain things and being transactional about it and being super aggressive about it and going about it in a certain way is the preferred way to go, because that's what we see as winning. It's not winning. That's where I'm at with it. I've seen too many people that feel that, oh, you know, women that are doing it this way, they're winning because they're getting the guys, they're flying out, they're getting the bags, they're getting the bills paid. That is not to. I look at it as winning as if I was earning it myself. Okay, I'm winning. If I was making that money myself, I'm winning. not me relying upon another person and giving a part of myself to a person for them to like it, not like it, pay for it, not pay for it, leave my livelihood in the hands of a normal human, another human being, and they can decide whatever they want to give me or whatever. I don't look at it like that. I have never looked at it like winning. If I'm giving you access to me, it's because I genuinely feel that this gonna be something. You gonna be my man. That's what I made the joke. I made the joke. If you parked in this garage, you ain't parking nowhere else. I've said that. And maybe I just look at it like it's an emotional thing. It's deeper for me, soul wise. I do look at it like soul ties. I do look at it like spiritual exchanges. I do look at it that seriously. But I'm just not okay with seeing that type of behavior being dismissed because that was a woman doing that to a man. Yes, the garage door is closed. You're right, Majin. 100%. It is closed. It's closed. Oh, y'all, it's ice cream man. I ain't gonna lie, that's a sketchy ice cream man truck. They got snow cones. Dang, that thing look good. They got the little ice cream sandwiches with the little chocolate chips around the side. Oh, he driving around again. Y'all, I might need to leave y'all in a second to go get the ice cream truck. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm going on vacations. It's a girl's trip going on. Your girl body need to be right, baby. It needs to be right. Okay, anyway, sorry. Off topic. Back on. Rob said, thank you, Rob, for the super chat. Females got so aggressive with grabbing me in public, I decided to stop lifting weights for a little while, because these muscles turning some of these women into HORN dogs. Y'all know I can't say everything on this space, but okay, Rob. Well, I ain't gonna stop being fine for nobody, Rob. And I would say to you, don't stop being fine for nobody. If they how are they grabbing you? But I wouldn't stop you improving yourself. All jokes aside, improving yourself because women can't contain themselves. This is why I'm doing the live, because I'm seeing and hearing more about behavior like this. And I'm okay, my platform is not the biggest, but I want to use my voice to be able to stop it. I might not have the biggest platform, but I am going to use my platform to talk about what I feel like is wrong. Unapologetically. And guys, you don't deserve to be violated because you're a man. And the same way I would advocate for a woman. When I saw the situation with the other young lady, that yes, she hypersexualizes herself, but she didn't deserve to be touched like that by that young man that just decided he was going to grab her up and kiss her in a game. That was wrong. He was wrong. I don't care how she presents herself. In that moment, that was not consensual. It's the same energy. It's the same energy. Wrong is wrong, period. That's the kind of energy. And I somebody said here in the chat that, there is backlash that she's receiving for her actions. And that's good. I'm glad that there's a backlash. I'm glad that there are consequences, because to me, in my personal opinion, I saw a lot of comments passing it over, and I didn't want that, because I've experienced being violated. I've experienced that. And it took me years to get over that. Years. And maybe because I'm a woman, people allowed me to have that process. But it took me a while to get through it. And I don't want anybody to have to experience that and feel like they need to, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. She just, made an aggressive advance. No, that's not aggressive advance. If he did that to her, we wouldn't be talking about aggressive advance. We would be calling it assault. And they would be trying to cancel him. That's what would be happening on the other side. Thank you, Lanaya. Thank you, Lanaya, for that. That really means a lot to me. May not have the biggest platform, but you have informative content that makes the biggest impact on your viewers. Yes, I advocate for men, and I try to advocate for women as well. But this is me teaching. There's young women that watch me, and I can't act like they don't. That is not right. That's not right. This is not how you get the man you desire. That's not how you get his. If you wanted that actor's attention, there's a way to do it, and that wasn't it. Maybe you could have whispered something in his ear. That would have been different. If you didn't touch him, you let him make the next move. You know what I'm saying? Say if you trying to lead with that, maybe go with a whisper in the ear. Maybe tap him on the shoulder and whisper in his ear and tell him what you want to do to him. See if that works. I would prefer you to do that than for what I just saw behind some children. Men like to hear it, ladies. Give it to them like that. Don't just go and grab them. I'm giving y'all. If y'all want to lead with that, lead with the whisper in the ear. let him tell. Listen, I don't know a man on God's green earth that wouldn't like a woman to tell them what he would want, what she want to do to him. They like to hear that. And yes, again, I don't think that that's the wisest way to go about it at first. Of course, you don't know this man. You opening yourself up to that. But if you're going to do it in a way that's at least respectful to him. Because he can then say, nah, I'm good. Thank you. I got a girl. Think you giving him the opportunity to say yes or no. Now, do I think that that's the way to get him? I mean, you could probably, you might be able to get him like that. Listen, you might be. I think you have more of an opportunity to get him than if you just grabbed him and violated him. Don't no man want to be grabbed like that. I don't care who he is. And if you that's how you want to go about it, ladies, that's what you do. Even some women I see, they play around with the phone, they flirting, they saying little. That's cute. That's all cute. But when you go into the grabbing, think he's driving around again, y'all. He really trying to sell his ice cream, y'all. He trying to sell ice cream. I'd love to hustle. Love to hustle. And I would have loved to have a little ice cream sandwich with the chocolate chips around. That thing right there would have been legit. But anyway, guys, sorry. I need everybody to hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. I know the game's about to come on, you guys. You know that I know that. I watch the games. I've been watching the games. I think I'm being more open about my sport, what I watch as far as basketball. I'm becoming more open. But I'll be watching the game too. So don't worry about it. If you on this live, I am definitely going to end it prior to the game at 8:30. I'm going to end it prior to the game. So don't even worry about it. So you can rock on. I don't want to miss the start of the game, just like you don't want to miss the start of the game. In fact, I was watching the game content prior to coming on this daggone live. So just know that, family. And Sam's not playing with her basketball. No, I'm not. However, I want to make sure that I button this up. Travis, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Ain't nobody trying to, no. Oh, my side of my hip. It's like the outside of my thigh, y'all. I don't know what that is. I got to go to somebody to get I be working out so much. I think that's the problem. When you work out a lot, I'm going to talk to Tony about this. That's my trainer, y'all. He had me working there. He had me punching. My hands don't hurt. My wrist I almost lost feeling in my wrist. But anyways, besides the point. We talking about something that doesn't make. I need to, yeah. I want to button this issue before I move on from it, okay? So this is where I want to make very clear. I think that any non-consensual sexual act, whether it be male or whether it be female, is wrong. Period. It's not cute. It's not, oh, he should be, if he's a man, he should be okay with it. No. It's wrong. And if that man needs to process it, that doesn't make him any less of a man. He was violated. And trust me, based upon my experience, I worked in a jail and prison system as a mental health counselor. Men that have been violated, it hits deep. It hits deep. That's not something that they just get over. Now, he might be able, everybody has their different processes on how they deal with things. But he's wrong. Or she's wrong, excuse me. She's wrong. She's wrong. And he has the right to process it. And that doesn't make him any less of a man. That makes him human. We need to stop treating men like they're not human. Like they don't have human emotions that they need to navigate through just like women. And we give women the process and the freedom to do so. That young lady, if the same thing happened and that young lady said the same thing, we'd be like, oh, go girl. You process it. You do you. He was wrong. That, this, that. We would be going in. We will be going in support of that young lady if the roles were reversed. And so that's why I'm on here. That is why I'm on here. Because if the roles were reversed, she's a victim. We need to make sure that she is supported, this, that, and third. Well, keep that same energy. That man a victim too. Keep the same energy. He was violated too. On camera. Y'all ain't gonna lie, that angered me. That angered me. Oh, 100% Stephen. Oh, he would be fired by now. Absolutely. And now, again, this young lady, she might have had to, I don't know. I don't know her story. And I'm not calling her names. Not once in this live have I ever called her a name because I don't know her. I'm judging the behavior. The behavior was wrong. You're wrong. Wrong. I don't know you. I don't know your name. I don't know your past. I don't know anything about you, but that was wrong. Don't do that again. And if he decides that he's not going to press charges or make it any bigger than it is, which he probably won't, whatever, don't ever do that again. If you're gonna lead into somebody, if you want to lead with your sexuality, which I think is unwise, I think a lot of young ladies are getting the mixed messages because I have seen DMs, I have heard messages, I have heard craziness of young women approaching men in a very hypersexual way, and then they want to be taken seriously. Then they like, oh, I don't just treat me like I'm just some type of object. When you lead with something, understand that you can be used from it. Do not believe the lies of culture. Y'all be believing all these rap videos and this music, and they're like, oh, this is how you get a man. No, it's not. I talk to men frequently. Will those men entertain women like that? Absolutely. Of course they would. Are they going to marry certain women or be in long-term relationships with certain women? No. They're not. They're not. There's a population that will. Small. But we're talking about certain men. No. Not going to happen. But when you are offering sexual advances like it's Halloween candy, at some point you gonna want a Snickers. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're just getting thrown, I would just take me. Take me, for instance. I'm on a diet. I'm always on a diet. But let me tell you something. If I get offered 5 Snickers in one day, I'm going to eat one of the daggone Snickers. I feel bad about it afterwards, but I'm going to eat the Snickers. There are some men that are being offered hundreds of Snickers. And they like Snickers. Eventually, they're going to eat a Snickers. I don't look down on them for eating the Snickers. But then you're like, oh, well, if he likes Snickers, that means I got to be a Snicker because that's what he's eating. No, that's what's being offered to him. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm saying? I use Snickers, y'all, because I had Snickers last week. And let me tell you something, that thing hit the spot. But after I had the Snickers, I felt terrible. I felt like, oh, man, I done messed this thing up. My whole point in talking about Snickers is that sometimes we can't really, or not sometimes, but a lot of times, we can't really judge what a man is doing or certain men are doing, or what they got going on privately. Because if there's a lot of it that's just there, and they don't have no reason not to eat the Snickers, they gonna eat the Snickers. Does that mean they gonna eat the Snickers for the rest of their life? No. At some point, they gonna want a steak. They gonna want some real food. They gonna want something to sustain them. Something that got some meat to it that they can hold on to. Snickers can only hold you over for so long. I was hungry the last week. I had Snickers. And by the end of the day, I said I needed a steak. And your girl got a steak, some rice and beans. Hello. Y'all already know your girl likes Spanish food. I had steak, rice, beans, plantains. I ate all that. Because the Snickers only held me over till 6 o'clock. Then I wanted some real food. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Y'all know where I'm going with this. My whole point is that I see a lot of young women that are trying to be Snickers. I want y'all to be steak. That's what I want. I want y'all to be steak. And if they're vegan, I want you to, what's a vegan food? I want you to be, what's a vegan filling food? They eat pasta as a vegan, right? I'm trying to be comprehensive. Vegan pasta. Vegan. I had a vegan burger the other day. And it was so good. A vegan burger. A vegan food. Just really sturdy vegan food if you are vegan. I'm trying to cover all the bases. Oh, I cracked myself. Y'all, she said, what she said? She said, it took you a while to find a vegan substitute. I didn't know what a vegan food was. Y'all know I ain't no vegan. I'll go and eat at vegan restaurants. I've actually had great experiences. I've had a couple of great experiences at vegan restaurants, so I ain't gonna say that. No, I heard vegan food is filling. I just don't know I don't know what the food is that is sturdy. A vegan steak. There ain't no vegan steak. I had a vegan burger. That thing was fire. Steven said very progressive stand. Sam can't exclude the vegan population. Absolutely. That's the point. I am not trying to exclude my vegan people. Oh, the mushroom risotto burgers. That sounds sturdy. The mushroom risotto burger. I want y'all to be mushroom risotto burgers. Not a truffle fry. I don't want y'all to be a truffle fry or the black bean vegan burger. Not a what's another vegan thing that you can eat can you eat fruit? Can you eat fruit as a vegan? I'm sure you can. But fruit is good for you. I'm not trying to do good for you. But I know that there's things that you can't eat that's not but I think you can eat potatoes. So I'm going to say a truffle fry. But just for the sake of argument. The reality of both of what I'm saying, no meat or dairy. Oh, okay. Yes, exactly. So, yes. Exactly. That's what I mean. You at the end of the day, I think we're seeing a lot of non-substantial things or things that are not going to hold somebody for the long term. They might hold them for the moment. And we're trying to become that. When the reality is that's not going to hold them. Because that is not what they're ultimately looking for long term. Like I've met a lot of guys, and y'all, this is a side note. I've met a lot of guys that when they talk to me, even certain surgeries, men long term are not trying to marry women that have certain surgeries or have too many surgeries or too many unnatural looking surgeries. I've actually heard too many surgeries, period, whether it looks natural or not. They'll date women like that. They'll talk to women like that. They may be in a 5-year relationship with a woman like that, but that is not who they want to be with long term. It's just not. There's just certain things that we're emulating that a lot of guys are not really looking for. And we're trying to become that because that's what we see. But what I'm telling you is that society's lying to you. Some aspects of society is lying to you. Some aspects of society is lying to you. I think men love natural beauty. If you naturally bad and you got a natural looking body, I think they prefer that. That's what I believe. And guys, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think they prefer natural all day. I think they do. If it looks good. Well, I mean, Ryan, there's a lot of people that started that way. I'm not talking about just Ryan talked about how his relationship started sexual. I'm not talking about it starting sexual. What I'm talking about is starting from violating. Sexual and violating is not synonymous. If it's a consensual act between two adults, I'm not arguing about that. I'm saying what was wrong is somebody violating you, and that's how you initiate the sexual relationship. I also say you have to be aware. There are some instances that it starts off that way, and I'm not negating that. I've said that on other lives. That's why I said men should be careful about I'm just going to sleep with her. Okay, well, there's some 14-year relationships that came from a situation that was only supposed to be a one-night stand. Sometimes you don't know or have you may not have as much control over where your heart goes in that situation. I think men think that they have a lot of control over that, and some may and some may not. There may be that one that slips through and bam, you with somebody you never intended on being with long term. That's why I think you should be more careful. That's why my content says what it says. That's why it does. So that's my point. So yes, natural beauty, I feel like is the best. I really do. You know, there's men that say they hate makeup. There's men that say they hate a lot of different things. I'm not here to argue about makeup, no makeup, surgery, no surgery. What I am saying is that sometimes when we see a lot of different things on the media or on social media, that's what we think is like, oh, that's what I need to be to get a certain type of guy. And I feel like I have platforms like this to kind of negate that. Because I think that in the conversations I've had, that's not true. It's for right now, not for long term. And some women are risking their lives to get certain things done that may not matter or may not lock down the kind of guy you want to lock down. I have more to say on that topic, but I'm not going to because it's 8:27. And y'all already know. Y'all already know it's time. It's almost game time, family. And so I want to thank everybody that gave a super chat today. Bernard, thank you so much. John, he said men actually have been shamed for reporting such things as rape and sexual assault, even by the authorities. Absolutely, John. That's why I'm doing this live. You exactly why I'm doing this. Talking Right with Todd, thank you so much for the super chat. John, he says, I find that outside of situations like this, women tend to get a pass or leniency. A lot of things men would get dragged for. Absolutely. I agree. And then Rob Carpenter talked about the muscles. And then Rob Carpenter, the last thing he did, thank you so much for the super chat, was he want to send a shout out to Miss Sarai for graduating and getting her kindergarten PhD. You should have let her scroll across YouTube with the fans, hit the like button. I dropped out of kindergarten, so I highly revere her dedication to excellence. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I also want to thank the people that have hit the that have supported me through the Cash App. It means a lot to me as well. I have not been on it, but I thank you guys for that. I appreciate every single person. You already know, guys, tonight, 8:28, it's about time for the game. We got to go ahead and see. Y'all know I'm rooting for the Celtics. I'm going to say Celtics in 6. That's what I've said. Celtics in 6. I'm not really sure. Some people think it's going to be a sweep. Not sure if it's going to be a sweep because I don't know if Porzingis is going to play. I don't think he should play, but however, it doesn't matter. I want you guys to have a good night. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. And I will see you guys. I won't see you guys next week. I will see you guys the week after. Okay. So thank you guys for being patient with me, rocking with me. Enjoy the game. And like I said, Celtics in 6. That's what I'm saying. Celtics in 6, you guys. That's what I'm saying. I love y'all. Thank you guys. And I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.